All right. So, welcome back, guys. We were talking about USDC Circle, them going public, how I think this is going to magnify the industry. I've been bringing this up for a number of months. Is the point that because of the success of USDC, USDT, the public networks that support these networks will also be successful. One of those networks for Circle is Stellar Lumens. And a piece of news that truly shocked me over this week was a company by the name of Rain. Now, Rain is a card issuer for stablecoins, and they are part of Visa's Card Accelerate program. Now, this is very interesting because Visa does not extend the invitation to this program easily. I looked into Rain. They're moving a lot of money around as of last count. I want to say around $35 billion. So that's a very good look. Now, Stellar, along with Solana and Tron, have now been added into this program. So, what this is going to look like, and we have an example of their product I'm going to share with you in a few moments in Avalanche. But what this is going to do is essentially create a single debit card for an entire network. So imagine if you had one card that allowed you to use dApps on all the dApps on the Solana network or all of the dApps on VeChain, right? Or all of the dApps on a crypto.com. To that point, that model I'm seeing is now picking up traction, that crypto debit card model. But as you can see, Rain expands support to Solana, Tron, and Stellar, enabling more partners to launch stablecoin powered programs. Now, this is a front end support similar to Utila and the XDC network, their collaboration. But what makes this stand out is Rain's relationship with Visa. You can see here, Rain is the only Visa principal member that allows partners to deploy and manage programs across multiple blockchains simultaneously. And this feature is coming right out of the box. So, as I've talked about before, we are now in a multi-chain world, folks. And the biggest of enterprises, the biggest of businesses aren't just looking to go directly to one chain. Think of it this way. People don't like the fact that Walmart has the ability to crush out mom and pop stores. We are in an industry that praises decentralization, yet they want all of the attention to be on one network. How does that work, guys? It's not going to work well. So again, this is another example of the new direction, the new appetite coming from enterprises. And I like the fact that Stellar has been wrapped up into this. Now, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into what Rain is going to offer. And we get this by taking a look at what they did for Avalanche last December. Avalanche went to Rain to set up their personal debit card for the Avalanche network, which is how I got the example that I got earlier. And you can see here how this works is, and it's very interesting, okay? And I'm definitely about to order one of these suckers. All right, I wanted to get the work out the way first, but I'm getting one today. But basically, if you're a crypto.com user, you're familiar with this, or a Coinbase customer, where you have your assets on your card and you can choose to spend from any asset that you're holding. Like with Coinbase, I know sometimes I'm able to spend from my Stellar balance or some VeChain on there, a little bit of Hedera, sometimes Solana. Other times I'll do one of those Coinbase earn things and I'll just use that, use them extra $2 or $3 for things. What this is for Avalanche is the same thing. But like I mentioned in that example earlier, you can pull from assets throughout the entire Avalanche ecosystem. And when you really dig into them, It's quite deep. Okay, just take account for the subnets, right? On Avalanche. But I find this concept to be absolutely fascinating because what would this mean in terms of savings, right? Think about it like this. You do have AVAX and you're holding, let's say you got a substantial amount of AVAX. And then the value of your AVAX goes up. Now you have extra dollar value to spend from. And if you continue to keep your Avalanche or whatever asset, then your value just continues to go up. It's almost like never running out of money in a sense, if you really think about it. Now, of course, market conditions have to be right, and you obviously have to start with a pretty substantial amount. But I could see that being the pool for the customer. When they figure out a way to explain to people that with this card, you can change your own finances. So, what we're going to see now, thanks to Rain integrating networks like Stellar, Solana, and Tron, okay? Quite interesting. Very Tron, Tron, man. Something about it. But with them integrating these networks, what we'll start to see is setups like this on multiple networks. And with the way that Solana is going with these mobile phones, add a debit card. What? This will be a completely different game in 5 years, folks. Completely different ball game. We're focused on Stellar here. Think about it this way. One debit card that is compatible with all of the wallets on the Stellar network. Come on. Come on in there. I'm sipping the coffee. Hold on. Hold on. One debit card that is compatible with all of the wallets on Stellar. That's what I'm seeing Rain is getting ready to do. Again, another W here. And when we really think about it, right? When we dig into the utilization, this is something that I love about crypto.com. They do these research reports every year because you guys got to understand crypto.com, they created this crypto debit card game. They created it and they mastered it before anyone else. If I'm not mistaken, Coinbase got the idea from crypto.com when crypto.com was called Monaco. There's a history lesson for you. Look at the MCO era for crypto.com. But crypto.com does these research reports on the expenditure, the spending being done with these crypto debit cards. As you can see, guys, people use these debit cards just like they use traditional debit or credit cards for the same things. And I remember because for whatever reason, my crypto.com account, it just closed. I don't know what happened, but I stopped using it once I discovered Uphold. That was that part. But I do remember using crypto.com's card quite frequently. And because you're able to get certain rewards in the form of cash back in certain assets, like I was able to get, this is 2021 here, I was able to get 1%, 1.5% CRO back off of my Netflix subscription. Are you serious? With my Coinbase card now, I'm able to get 1% back in either XLM, 2% in ETH, or 2% in Stellar. The numbers change depending on what month in the market conditions. But what I'm getting at here is instead of the traditional cashback method that you only get the dollar back, but that dollar sometimes doesn't take off your total purchase price, the crypto back rewards that you get through these cards, that reward increases in value. So when I go and spend my Coinbase card at Sam's Club and I get 3% back in XLM, that 3% gets added to my XLM balance and the reward is making money. the rewards are making money. So it's because of that concept that definitely I'm all over crypto.com. If I haven't made it known, guys, I am preparing an Elite 8 for 2026. Guys, I'm ready to get back into the market. I'll admit to you, I haven't really been deep into the market because I've been taking my dollars and putting them back into this. If you haven't noticed, okay? But I'm ready to get back into the market. And crypto.com is definitely going to be one of them assets that I'm holding going forward. And it's because of that architecture. They set that up and they've mastered it, and I'm not seeing it anywhere else. So when you understand the reach and the depths of these crypto cards, you can understand why Rain's integration of Stellar, Solana, and Tron is a big win for all three of those networks.